Hey, yo, what up, everybody? Antoine Fantoine here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it is time for our weekly track roundup, where we are going into the best and worst tracks of the week, as well as the songs I was just kind of indifferent toward. Meh. But as usual, let us begin with the worst tracks of the week. Actually, no. I have to say before we start, if you want to support this segment, hit up the Amazon Associates link down there in the description box. If you live in the US, anything you buy on Amazon, we get kickback from it. Does not add to your overall price. It's a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer. Christmas is coming up. Do some Christmas shopping, for Christ's sake. Anyway, also, I do want to give a couple shout outs over here before we get into the worst tracks. I want to give a shout out to the new Trash Talk EP. There's a link down there in the description to that. It's free. It's downloadable. I want to give a shout out to Kate Bush, who has a new live album on the way. Link down there in the description to more info on that and a performance from that. And also a shout out to the new Insane One O Tricks Point Never video featuring Val Kilmer. If you loved the last One O Tricks Point Never record, you will like this video. It is pretty surreal and unsettling. And Val Kilmer's performance, if you could call it a performance, is pretty heart-wrenching for as simple as it is. You know, it's like he has this real sense of dread on his face that's pretty, I don't know, affecting, pretty emotionally impactful, I guess I will say. All right, moving on to what I felt were the worst tracks of the week. Oh, God. And there's really just a handful of them. You know, there weren't too many tracks that I thought were like the worst of the worst of the worst this week. But I guess I would say the worstness, the awfulness is really condensed into what I feel is the worst track of the week. I have to give a shout out to D.R.A.M with the song Wi-Fi featuring Erykah Badu. D.R.A.M, I've loved all the singles from his forthcoming record so far. I'm not going to go too into detail with this track, but I will say that sort of trying to sing on a more conventional like neo-soul R&B tune, his voice is really kind of too goofy for that. And this track goes over like a Led Zeppelin because of it. Then we have Isaiah Rashad and Goldlink with the song Untitled, which is pretty much the most underwhelming song from each of these guys. Like, they sound so boring and comatose from the beginning to the end of the track, it's barely even worth listening to. But finally, the worst track of the week, without question, the worst track of the week, is the new Tigre song, I'm With Her. Yes, Kathleen Hanna of Bikini Kill fame with her little kind of side project synth punk trio that have not put out a single in 10 years, mind you, have come back out of the woodwork to release a pro-Hillary anthem with terrible vocals, shitty talking point lyrics. It's actually pretty sad to see people who were legitimate figures in the punk movement coming back once again to come out with music where they're essentially sucking the dick of the political class, like, and really desperately too, like, you know, like as if they're performing for a porn scene. You know, it's not even just like some casual dick sucking, you know, it's like some real like over the top Hillary political class, like, we don't even care that you drone bomb innocent people in other countries, dick sucking. So congratulations to Tigre for sucking all that dick on this song. That's all I got to say. And Pitchfork miraculously, this video is on the Pitchfork channel, have shut down likes and comments because, hey, they don't want you guys to see the cringe. Because believe me, there is a tidal wave of fucking cringe in this video between the bad tone deaf singing, between the weird dancing throughout the video. It's like Kathleen, I don't know, dressed up just to dance in her own backyard for this video. Your husband is a Beastie Boy. You don't have to do this shit. Yeah, I don't know. Le Tigre should have way more dignity to do a video like this. You know, if we're going to vote for Hillary, if we have to vote for Hillary, can't we at least do it in the way that we're supposed to, with, you know, our heads down and in the midst of a fit of depression because a bulk of our politics, presidential politics for the past several decades have been just being batted around between the Bush family, the Clinton family, the Bush family, the Clinton family, with like an Obama there, you know, like an Obama combo breaker in there. But now that he's gone, it's just right back to the same old bullshit. But whatever. That was my rant. That was my political rant. Moving on. because those are the worst tracks of the week. That one being the worst. Disappointing on so many levels. Let's get into the songs I was just kind of, indifferent toward, but are most definitely worth mentioning. Justice has a new single out called Alakazam, which I'm not entirely sure how to feel about it because the mix of the song on YouTube is mixed with what sounds like the live mix from their live show that the video was shot at, and it sounds like crap. But the groove seems cool, and it seems like there's a great beat there. It seems like there's good progression to the song, but I'm not really going to be able to tell until I actually hear a legitimately clean mix of this track whether or not I love it. But it is worth taking note of. From there, Eminem with Campaign Speech. Didn't hate this track, didn't love this track. As usual with Eminem, I admire the detailed lyricism. I admire some of the one-liners in there. I admire his sense of humor. I admire that he was really ambitious with this track. I admire that, he really kind of went in on Trump on this track a little bit. Here's an example of a track that has political, overtones to it, but isn't like blatantly trying to suck anyone's dick, isn't like, please, political class, like ram me as hard as you possibly can. Yes. It's, it doesn't go down that road, but the beat is basically non-existent. This is kind of like an almost a cappella freestyle, which not really something I want to replay from Eminem. Certainly worth one listen, but nothing I'm going to be playing over and over and over. And of course there are some cringy lines which are to be expected with Eminem at this point. But again, if you are a rap fan, it is worth at least one listen, whether you're legitimately enjoying Marshall's lyricism, or whether or not you're having a giggle at it either. That's fine too. All right, moving on from there, Deerhoof has a new single out. Risk Free is one of the tracks from it. It's a decent track. The Flaming Lips with The Castle, kind of a bland song from the Flaming Lips, though I do like some of the pretty dreamy psychedelic melodies worked into the track, and some of the lyrics are pretty surreal. Video is absolutely annoying. Don't watch the video. Just put the song on in the background and enjoy what of it you can, please. And from there we have Joey Badass with Front and Center. Joey Badass, unfortunately, I don't know, just not really playing to his strengths on this song, excuse me, and trying to, come together with like a pop rap track that's kind of feel good and really raunchy and trying to be sexy, and it's just sort of awkward, it's just kind of off. It doesn't really kind of have that grimy feel that he does so well. I actually liked his last single where, he was kind of doing a pop rap trap flavor on that track, on that song, and that didn't go over too bad, but this one, it was a little more awkward, just not as memorable. And those are the tracks I was met on, aside from the new Lady Gaga track, Ayo, which I did talk about that on my Twitter page because I am doing these short little reviews on there now, which you can catch me uploading several of those a day. And, please do follow me on Twitter at The Needle Drop if you haven't already. And you can catch that review and more. But I'm not going to go into too much detail here because my review of Joanne is right around the corner. So don't want to spoil too much of that. Now let's get into what I felt were the favorite tracks of the week, best tracks of the week. Injury Reserve, my boys in Injury Reserve, back with a new video and a single, All This Money. Genius video concept. Not going to spoil it, but do check the video out. And an absolute banger on this track. It's oh, this money. I love the fucking hook on this track. And the verses, of course, are witty. They're tongue-in-cheek. They're funny. They're playful. And they just have a lot going for them. These guys have the most personality of any group in the underground right now, and it is a fucking shame that they do not have more hype than they do. I know Vic Mensa has recently, endorsed them. Good on Vic Mensa for that. You have some taste, my dude. Thank you, Vic Mensa. But more rappers need to come out and realize these guys have some good fucking shit going on. And if you hop on some of their shit, you're going to sound good too because their shit sounds good. Okay? All right, so check out this song. Check out the singles that they have released so far from this forthcoming project titled Floss, and get fucking hyped for it, please. Moving on from there, Action Bronson with Durag versus Headband. One of Action's better singles in a long time. Funny video with Big Body Bess. And there's not a whole lot to this instrumental, but it doesn't need anything because Action's verses on this track, his one-liners are so on point that almost every bar, there's a reason to laugh at every bar. And there's so many reasons to replay this thing. He's pretty much about as funny as Riff Raff is when Riff Raff is at his peak of hilarity. He's fucking on this track. So congrats to Action Bronson for this track over here. If there were more cuts like this, On Mr. Wonderful would have been an amazing fucking record. Just saying. But Durag versus Headband, great track. Moving on from there, Artificial Pleasure, I'll Make It Worth Your While, group that I have not heard of yet. First song I've heard from these guys. And this is a really great, fun, dancey post-punk track. It's kind of a throwback. It's got a disco vibe to it, you know, way darker, way more menacing, like many of those post-punk bands back in the day did. And I don't know, like Public Image Limited, for example, with their second record. But this is, it's got kind of that modern clarity and punch that, you know, anything with new production does. So, you know, it's kind of like a slightly new spin on an old sound. It's not bad. It's got a groove to it. Give it a listen. It's got a lot of energy. It's got a lot of oomph. And I like that in my music. All right, Common with Home featuring Bilal. Common coming through with, you know, another thoughtful, conscious hip-hop track. I'm anticipating his new record. Not exactly sure when I'll be able to get to it because I think I'm out of the country when it comes out. Or I think I might be a little busy around that time, but will get reviewed eventually, and this track has me looking forward to it. Rick Ross with the song Freaky Ho featuring Too Short, Juicy J, Big K.R.I.T is on the hook, and this is the raunchiest, nastiest fucking rap song I've heard in a long time, and it's the better for it. If you want to hear a rap single that is just like the nastiest, most explicit sex that, you know, you're going to hear in like 2016, including like, I think Juicy J says like, this girl swallows his banana like a monkey or takes it up the butt like a monkey. I can't even remember. Maybe I'm thinking of The Amazing Atheist. Sorry, TJ. I'm probably thinking of you. But anyway, hilariously raunchy rap track here. If, you know, you want to hear some low down, dirty, penis going into vagina type stuff, give this thing a shot. And we're going to end it off with ASAP Ferg. Did not like his latest record, as a lot of you guys know, but he has a remix of the song New Level, which was one of the better tracks on the record over here, featuring A$AP Rocky, Future, and Lil Uzi Vert, who I don't really care for Lil Uzi a lot of the time, but even his performance on the track isn't that bad. And, you know, it's a good opportunity to kind of recycle a good banger from his record. So whatever. And those are the best and worst tracks of the week, in my opinion, guys. Enjoy all these tracks that I liked. The meh tracks, I hope you like them as well, you know, if you're into some of that stuff more than me. And, you know, give that Tigre song a listen for a good laugh, guys. And, you know, total disappointment in the sham that, you know, and essentially just merely a fashion statement that punk has become over the years. And you're the best. Appreciate you guys watching. And hey, listen, some people have been telling me that they haven't been seeing my videos in their subscription feeds. Please head to my main page of my channel and hit that freaking notification button, because, you know, you would think that once you're subscribed, you should see my videos, but apparently YouTube can't even deliver my videos to people who subscribe. So you need to go further and push the notification button. So please push that notification button. You won't miss a review. You won't miss a best and worst track of the week. You won't miss nothing. And you guys are the best. All right? Cool. Forever.